All right. Um, I wanted to talk about Prince Harry and Lilibet. Lilibet. Um, I understand how things go over there in England with other people uh, actually running the show or trying to run the show, and they do that from time to time. They get in there, and uh, people uh, get involved there, and people lose their grip, right? Okay. Well, I'm dealing here with this family, my family, or my what I like to call my dad's family, um, and I sent them an email and I said, I'm shouting at you in anger because I'm so alone and the world doesn't understand why to hate you. Uh, but you see, that's just what we have understood since 2015, 16, 17. So just to give you a little understanding there, someone does understand why these people uh, in Pennsylvania here are so important to not only the local government and the state government and the federal government, or but the federal government, but all other kinds of people here as well. And they've dealt with a lot here, um, or they showed it. They try to claim that, but you see, it's a lot like uh, what's going on in England with these two brothers here. Uh, and people don't actually get to be themselves. And I wrote these documents here, documents 59 through 63, and I didn't put my name on them. I didn't put any addressee or an addressor. But these documents explain what it is that we were trying to do before I got involved with all of those people in Daytona Beach in 2016, 17, I don't know, just before the camper got stolen. The other one that I had. And these documents explain what we were doing, or what we were trying to do. It was our goal before the camper got stolen. And there was a time there where I was without a camper and living on the street in Eustis, Florida. And after being there and getting acclimated to the area, there were situations with the county government trying to assert their superiority in the land of equals down there. But there are reasons for what I did and how I did it, and I wanted to explain that, but there are people getting involved in my explanations, so I'll go to a different subject, and that subject is my helping other people, especially women. Now, you know, when I was young, in my 20s, I had the idea, I forget, the misconception that helping others was my duty or my job as a religious person. After that long period of helping people, and helping people all over the world, I finally came to understand that people are only using you. See? They don't truly care about you or anyone else in the world, not even a wife or a child, a parent, a sibling. They care about themselves. And in order to save yourself from hell, which is the aim of Christianity, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to care about yourself, not other people. Okay, and if you like to help other people, great. That's wonderful. But see, your first duty is to love yourself. And after about 3 or 4 years, maybe 10 or 20, of being used the way I've been used all my life, I came to understand that there isn't a gratitude there. There is no gratitude, and there isn't any consideration or courtesy concerning how a person deals with this this arbitrary economic situation that you're forced into at the age of 18, or maybe later if your parents are considerate or courteous enough to you, kind enough to you. But you see, you're still in this economic situation that you're forced into by the government, where the government supports this situation and actually encourages it in every way they can, and actually ignores the very first and primary laws of this country in order to ensure that everyone in this country is subjugated by this arbitrary system that is an economic and financial burden that causes people to work in opposition to their religious foundation and requirements. I found that after a few years, after 2016, when my camper got stolen, I found that people knew I was around, and they were more like, "Hey Roy, get your butt to work," instead of "Thank you, Mr. Davis, for your wonderful service, and I had hoped that you might change your mind," or maybe here's a couple $100,000 for your efforts over the past 20 or 30 years. And that's the way it seemed to me, that there was no gratitude. It was a expectation of help for someone other than yourself. And there was no gratitude, there was no courtesy, there was no consideration, and that's one of the very reasons why I became a person who didn't defend himself. Okay, I did not defend myself, and that's one of the very important principles of the Catholic Church, is to not defend yourself, or Christianity, if you value the Church. You might disagree. But getting back to Prince Harry and Lilibet, they're living, according to what I'm reading on the internet, they're living in Santa Barbara, California. And they have left the royal family, is what the articles are saying. And someone in that royal, someone in the monarchy, or affecting the monarchy, is doing what they've done so many times. And I've been involved with them. I've known them for a long time, and I've been involved with them for a very long time. And what they're doing, I don't know if it's right or wrong. Maybe I do. But it's not something that I don't have a say in, or shouldn't have a say in, according to their law. But you see, what we've been combating is someone who has done everything they could to say that they were something that was opposed to women and the freedom of women and the rights of women. And the only beneficiary there has been, was, of course, the government that is so careful not to assert themselves at the present time. So that's what I wanted to say. And a person really has to read between the lines, has to observe what's going on. And after I've been what I've been through in the 1970s and 1980s, I understand more than anyone in this area of the country that this government does not give anyone or any kind of opposition any kind of opportunity whatsoever. And that's what I wanted to say, because that seems to be the same thing that's happening, or has happened, with these people that are involved in that monarchy over there. And I'm not even going to touch on their religious laws when I say that I have some kind of right there, and I am living in the condition that I've been living in for 50 years now. Living in the condition that I've been living in for 50 years, and I have some kind of right that those people over there truly respect. Okay, so I know life is hard, and I've worked like crazy to make sure that everyone had the chance and the opportunity that laws of their government, the laws of their country, say that they're entitled to, and I am viewed as some kind of opposing force to the government that so deceitfully deceives the people. And if there's anyone in the press who wants to argue with that, the only thing I'm going to say or ask is that you please consider, or be able to consider, how you got where you are today in such a trustworthy position in the United States lie that everybody has to be ignorant of. So, I'm going to post this video, and I'm going to try to send it to someone. And I was getting ready for this video for about a half hour, maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour before I've done it, and maybe it might even be that long. But I was saying, you know, it's a great thing to be able to say something that might or may change situations. And the internet being a place where you can post a video or a speech which is viewable by anyone, anywhere in the world or on the planet, at any time, in any way they want to view it, is one heck of an opportunity, one heck of a chance. And when somebody says something, there is a cost to saying whatever it is that you've said. And I have said in documents that I have written that a quarantine needed to be instituted and needs to stay in effect, where people need to be separated and comfortable, and it's everyone on the globe, and have a time to think about what it is they're saying, what they're going to say, how they're going to say it, things they do, and whatever this situation is that's happening here, I'm supporting it 100%. And there's a lot of people that don't understand and can't understand and will not be permitted to understand. And I'm getting all kinds of flack here. So I'm trying to explain, I'm trying to put this stuff somewhere where it can be viewed at a person's leisure, where it doesn't bother them, it doesn't affect them in ways that they don't want to be affected, and they have their own, you know, they make their own world, they do their own thing. But the law is supposed to be the law, and if you don't have the law, well, you are supposed to stay off someone's private property that they aren't entitled to. Unless, of course, that happens to be a boat in the ocean that can travel anywhere it wants to go in the correct interpretation of the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. Liberty. Having the liberty to go anywhere you want. It's a personal liberty to go and be wherever you want. Okay, so that is what we're arriving at. And yeah, you can go on and on and on and on about it and oppose it and say all kinds of terrible things. But you see, I'm not someone who is not permitting that. All I'm doing is trying to protect what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to protect my own message. And you can say anything you want, but you can't say it sitting in my pants. So, okay, so there is that, and I'll post this and hope somebody watches it. Okay? Thanks.